Hang on just one second. If you're interested in winning one of these Squire Pluses that we're talking about today, stick around to the end of the video. You'll find out exactly how.
What's up, Spikes? Welcome back to another episode of Bill and Elliot Tell You About a Thing. My name's Bill.
I thought I was Bill.
Well, I can't be Elliot.
Well, then who are you?
I'll be Alex for today.
Ah, that makes sense. And I'm Bill.
And today we're here to talk to you about the Squire Plus, new from Gamegenic. That's right, we walked into the studio today and I looked at these and I said, oh, those are some interesting looking Squires, but what's different about them? What makes them plus?
Well, you see, there's one distinct feature that sets these apart from the other Squires.
And it's these awesome slide cases on the front. It's a super great way to display your commander and see what's in your deck box right away.
Absolutely.
Now, you'd think this would have existed before, and apparently it did?
So it did, in a way. There was a very similar product that Gamegenic had produced for the game Star Wars Unlimited, where I have not played the game, so please in the comments correct me if I'm wrong about this, but the decks do function kind of similar to commander decks in that there's a leader of your deck that is sort of what you build your deck around, the important one, the thing that is like the theme, the glue that holds your deck together. So obviously they wanted to have something where you could showcase your leader, showcase your commander, and have it be easily accessible, something where you didn't have to root through your deck box to see which deck was which.
That makes a ton of sense. And I gotta say, I think they knocked it out of the park. I really like the clarity on these. I've been a huge fan of these slide cases for a long time. And if you look here, the way these magnets come off, they're super strong, as Gamegenic magnets have been for a long time. And you can pull the slide case out right up here. It sits in there nice and snug, so it's not going anywhere. And even if it was, it's inside the lid.
Yes.
So that's pretty great. If you look inside, it's got the all fabric interior like we've gotten used to with Gamegenic. And this is actually a double sleeve deck. And if you look here, folks, there's actually plenty of room in there still for tokens. So when it says 100 plus, what it really means is like 130 plus. So one other thing that I really like is these slide cases themselves. I've been using them for quite a while for my couple of my commanders, and I like them because they don't come apart like this. They come apart like this.
Yes. Yeah, I've been using them as well for Flesh and Blood. I mentioned this in our last Gamegenic product review, but these slide cases are really great for cards that you definitely want to protect. They do provide really, really great protection for anything. You can't bend those if you tried. It's very, very solid and good for if you have commanders that you really do care about, something that you want to keep safe and sacred to yourself.
Now you mentioned solid, and we've been solid as a rock for a little while. How do these compare to the Bastion in terms of size?
Well, Alex, here's one I prepared earlier. This is one of the Bastions, and as you can see, it is quite a bit taller than the Bastion. A little bit thinner, but the inner dimensions are actually very, very similar. The added thickness does come from the fact that the Squire has a lid, but outside of that, once you take that apart, it's basically the same. There's a little bit more cushioning as well, and there's a little bit more sort of horizontal room that the deck box takes up, but that is for that the slide case functionality as well. Something else that I really like that the Bastion also does have functionality for, but this is, as you can sort of tell, fantastic for display purposes. You have these side by side, you can stack them up on a shelf in your house, and you can tell at a glance which one of your decks is which. And so you can just go in, pick the one that you're going to play for your Commander Night, and you don't have to faff about by opening them up to see what decks are inside which. And I see you're preparing for the next bit of functionality is if you have multicolored decks, you can mix and match. So if you have a red-green deck or if you have a green-red deck, which are legally distinct, you can have them, again, easy at a glance. It is a little bit more obvious because you have the commanders outside, but you still have that functionality just like with every other Gamegenic product.
And I think that's something that I really appreciate about Gamegenic is they don't force you into a specific range of art styles. They really just want you to be able to express yourself how you'd like to.
Absolutely.
Whether it comes to colors, sizes, types of deck. One other thing that we noticed was how these work with the dungeon. One other bit of functionality we noticed that we really like about these is how they interact with the dungeon 550S. And so this is a dungeon we prepared earlier. And one of the things that I noticed about it, and you noticed about it, and everyone in the studio noticed about it, is these fit 4 along and very snug.
Look how beautiful. Look how fantastic. Phenomenal, even.
And this is what really said to me, what if I was going to a convention, Bill? What if I was there in the command zone? And I said to myself, hello, what would you like to play against today? And I want to live that moment. Do you want to live that moment?
I do, actually.
Yeah.
I do very much appreciate the functionality as well of being able to show off to your opponents. It's almost like that briefcase from Pulp Fiction.
Ooh.
But no, seriously, I do really like, again, the functionality of the fact that you can still see each of the commanders as it's in there without having to take them out, without having to faff around. Because again, especially if you're at a convention, if you're in public places and you're opening up your deck, you have the opportunity to have the deck slip out of your hands. It becomes a big mess, and all you're trying to do is just sit down and play a game. Right. So this takes away just one additional hurdle. You can just see at a glance which one of your decks is which, pick that, put it on the table, put the rest of your stuff away, and you get gaming.
Absolutely. And not only that, but because we have double the magnetic storage power here, nothing bad is going to happen to these. In fact, this looks like it could do something bad to somebody, if you know what I mean.
We do not condone that.
We don't? So one last thing I do want to show off here is, because it has convertible in the name, like every other Gamegenic product that has that name, the top can be on the bottom. It clips right back on, sits right on there, and leaves your deck box open and in the same space on the table.
Something that I really like to use this functionality for is if I have tokens with my deck and I don't want to have them strewn about on the table or just like in a stack next to me. This makes it feel a little bit more like they're protected, that they're not going to get everywhere, they're not going to fall on the floor if I move my arm wrong. And in other deck boxes, you could still have that functionality, but largely you would have to either open and shut the case again, or you'd have it open and it's just kind of awkward and sort of strewn about everywhere. So this is a good space-saving measure. And something else that I do really like about this deck as well is this new material that it's sort of covered in. Other Gamegenic products have sort of more of a suede feel to them. This is kind of like if chainmail was soft and supple.
Yeah.
It's like a woven textile type thing. I can see this holding up very, very well over the years. And I actually really enjoy this new material they've come up with.
Like, I have nothing to base this on, but the vibe is bulletproof.
Yes. Yeah, it feels kind of rugged, but not in like an OtterBox way. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I really appreciate them. They come in all 5 magic colors, is that right?
That's true. Yeah, they come in white, blue, black, red, and green. And the MSRP for these is $27.99 US, or approximately 38 Canadian pesos.
Oh, that seems pretty good. And you can find this product along with all sorts of other Gamegenic products at your local game store. And if for some reason your local game store doesn't have them, ask.
Politely.
Yes. We just want to thank you folks so much. We do remember that we told you that we were going to do a giveaway. Do you remember the giveaway?
I do remember the giveaway.
What was the giveaway?
So the giveaway is actually for one of these Squire Pluses, a green one.
This green one.
The Spike Feeders green. So all you have to do for that is to follow us on Twitter. There will be a tweet that you have to retweet. You have to follow us and Gamegenic to be eligible to win the giveaway. So please be sure to check that out, and be sure to check out our sponsor.
That's right. You can find a direct link to that tweet in the pinned comment right under this video, where you'll also find buttons such as the thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and even the leave a comment button, where you should tell us which one of these colors is going to work best for your favorite deck. We just want to say thanks so much for watching today, and we hope you have a good day.